Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, April 18, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures here are trading higher by about 5.25 points to 1551 spot 25 per contract. So markets are upticking a little bit after yesterday's pretty robust decline. Yesterday, the S&P 500 did finish down about 22.5 points, so nothing pretty out there for the marketplace yesterday, but markets are getting a small little bounce back today. Tomorrow, I just want to point out, is the monthly options expiration for the month of April, so I think traders should expect more volatility today, intraday that is, and you should see up and down movements really across the board for the most part. We've seen it all week. There's no reason to think it's going to stop now. So again, markets are up a little bit this morning before the opening bell. We'll see if they do come under some pressure or some weakness, but right now they are a little bit higher. A couple of other things to talk about quickly regarding the markets are this morning we just had the initial weekly jobless claims number. It looks like the number was pretty much in line, right around 61,000 weekly jobless claims, a little higher than expected. But I don't think it's a big mover. You see the futures are starting to come in just a little bit off of that, but I don't think it's going to be a big mover today. I think it's going to be more about more about the money printing that's going on in the world. Is it going to stop? And if there's more news out there that the money printing is going to stop, then I think the markets will come under much more pressure. This morning on CNBC, it looks like one of the Fed presidents was on. I believe his name is Jeffrey Lacker. He's been sternly against more money printing. So we'll see if he has any effect. But so far, Ben Bernanke is really not taking it in much what he has said. So I really hit everything that he said has not really been a big deal. And money printing has continued. Now there are a lot of earnings out today. Some stocks out with earnings are Morgan Stanley. You can see not much of a reaction right now. I believe Verizon is another stock or company out with earnings, and pretty much in line, pretty much right there. Freeport-McMoRan, which has just been beaten to a pulp, that is out with earnings this morning. Stock is trading a little bit lower ahead of the opening bell. Yesterday it closed at around $28. Today it's trading at $27.80. So we'll see if it does go down a little bit more. And then we have some gap plays this morning. About 5 gap plays right now. eBay and a few others will be posted up in the chat room. But a lot of morning earnings reports are out there. So expect a lot of volatility really throughout the entire session. When looking at the European markets, today they are all holding up okay. It looks like Germany, which was downgraded yesterday 1 notch, I think to A minus or from A plus. Germany is up about 0.4%, but all of the European markets are doing well. Believe it or not, Italy and Spain are doing the best. They're both up about 1% at the moment. So we'll have to watch the European markets as always. Asia last night, the Nikkei 225, which has been extremely volatile over the last couple of weeks, was down 1.2%. No real death sentence there, even though they have absolutely annihilated the Japanese yen, and that should cause inflation, at least for the Japanese people that live in Japan. The big mover last night in Asia last night was the Bombay Sensex Index, which is India. That had a really big move. It was up 1.5%, and you could watch today for the Indian ADRs to have a little bit of strength if the U.S. markets are strong. So a lot of chatter that India will also print more money. They'll cut interest rates, and we'll have to see how that plays out. But either way, we'll have to just watch this market closely and see how it all shakes out going forward today. Looking at gold this morning, you can see gold is getting a bid. We'll take a look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for gold, but spot gold is up $15. The GLD catching a little bit of a move all the way up to the 135 level before pulling back this morning. Now trading at around 134.78 at the moment. So decent little uptick there in gold. A lot of gold mining stocks are trading higher this morning as well. So you're starting to see some gold miners getting some interest, catching a little bit of a bid. And then you have oil this morning also trading up higher by $1.31. Oil was hit hard again yesterday. Right now, light sweet crude is trading at $87.80 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO. And here you'll see that the USO catching a pretty good little bid up. But right now it's at around $31.29. Definitely off the lows. Yesterday it closed at around 31 bucks. So oil is catching a little bit of a bid. You can see it in the USO, but more notably, it is up about $1.30 in the spot price of light sweet crude, and that is what we use here in the United States. So that is signaling a little bit of inflation. The U.S. dollar index is moving lower today. The dollar had a big surging rally yesterday. You can see here, look at how the dollar just soared really throughout the entire session. But today it is pulling back a little bit, and that is probably why you're seeing a little pop in gold and oil, most notably oil. Oil really is trades inverse to the dollar these days, more so than anything else. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely going forward. But it's going to be probably a more subdued trading session. Yesterday you had quite a bit of volatility with the market being lower. Also, there was an announcement that there was an arrest in the Boston tragedy, and that actually turned out to be false. There was no arrest, and the markets rallied on that news and then sold off on that news. So again, traders should be aware that you're going to get a lot of volatility. You get a lot of rumors out there. Most of them will be false. Some of them will be true. So you got to read through them carefully. But that notoriously will happen during options expiration. And again, options expiration is tomorrow. So we're going to leave it there. We'll see how it plays out. But watch those Indian ADRs today. They could be in play. Stocks like Tata Motors and Infosys, you can see they're already catching a little bit of a bid higher. Infosys has been a stock that has been beaten down. This could be due for a little bit of a bounce from an oversold condition. But in any of the Indian ADRs today, if the U.S. markets are strong, they could catch a little bit of a bid. So with that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts a little bit later. Take care, everyone.